Women, are you okay with your man going to like Hooters or a strip club or something like that?
You guys, I have officially given up on relationships. I need you to tell me if you think I should be lying to men on dating apps, okay?
And then they wonder why we don't believe a thing they say on dating apps. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Have some more videos to react to give you my take on them. So let's get into it.
I need you to tell me if you think I should be lying to men on dating apps, okay? Hear me out before you vote and then drop it in the comments. Okay, so yesterday, a girlfriend of mine called me up and she was like, Becca, you need to be lying to these men on the dating apps. Why are you telling them the truth? I'm like, what are you talking about? She is just similar to me, successful. She's a business owner, an entrepreneur, all the things, very educated. And we both have a really difficult time for whatever reason. Whenever we tell a man that we are successful, we talk about what we do. It's almost like it's intimidating to them.
All right, ladies, here's the thing. Those of you who hold the view that your success will be intimidating to the men that you are pursuing, let me tell you something. You women date horizontally up. You never date down. The man that you are pursuing has to be doing just as good as you or better. So you think that a successful man, an entrepreneur man, will be intimidated by your success. Every single successful man entrepreneur that I know personally is not intimidated by another successful woman. I think that you guys created that just to make yourselves feel better.
And they just don't, either they A, don't like it, or B, they want to take advantage of it and want us to like pay their bills. They want to move in. They want to do like, they want us to pay for everything, whatever. She said she did an experiment where she told every man that she met that she worked at like Walmart and she made like minimum wage. And she said she has had the best experiences with these men who think that they're taking care of her and think that they're taking her and experiences and things that she can't take herself. I was like, girl, what is going to happen when these men find out that like you are lying to them? And she's like, I don't think it'll matter because I'm still who I am.
No, she isn't. She's pretending to be someone she's not. Just give this relationship some time and her true characters will come out. Then the man is going to realize that he's dealing with one of these women who believe that they are strong and independent, who don't need men, but want men.
I don't need a man. Because men are useless.
And the problem is that this type of women usually come with a very nagging, very disagreeable, very combative attitude. And the last thing that a man wants is to come home to a very nagging and very combative woman. Just give that relationship some time and the man is going to wake up pretty quickly and end that relationship. Guaranteed. And not to mention that this whole relationship was built on a lie. Don't forget that.
He's goddamn right.
My thing is, I don't lie. I don't like to lie. It's not who I am. It's just not like integrity is important to me. But then I'm sitting here thinking, well, this isn't working. So maybe men need to think that I don't have any money.
The modern women never disappoint. In one breath, she said that she does not like to lie, that integrity is everything to her and that it's not whom she is. And in the next breath, she's saying, you know what, maybe I should start lying to men. So what happened with the whole integrity? I just went out the window.
If Jesus can't save these hoes, why are you trying?
But I also don't like it when men play games like this too. So it's like, please tell me, drop your thoughts in the comments. What would this be like? Is this terrible? I can see some value in it, but at the same time, I just feel like honesty is always the best policy. Tell me your thoughts.
Women, are you okay with your man going to like Hooters or a strip club or something like that? I know they're very different things, but are you okay with that type of environment? For me personally, if I was dating someone and they said, hey, I'm headed out with the boys to Hooters, I'd be like, absolutely no. A strip club? Definitely not. Now, the kind of men that I would date would not want to go places like that anyway, I would hope. But I'm curious if this is like the synopsis for most people, because I just cannot imagine a world where I would be okay with that type of behavior.
All right, well, how about this one? What if your man comes and tells you that he is not okay with you going to girls' night out because everyone knows what happens at those events? What, are you going to be okay with him setting that boundary? Or are you going to accuse the man of being insecure and controlling? Just a thought.
Like, to each their own, I guess. But I feel like, why would you go somewhere just to look at other women, especially a strip club? I know people are going to be in here like, Hooters has good wings, strip club has good food. No, absolutely, absolutely no. If you have the mentality that it's okay for your boyfriend to do this or your husband to do this, please drop it in the comments why you think it's okay and why you're okay with it. If you're on my side, please also drop that in the comments because I'm really curious. And if you're a man, would you do something like this if you're in a relationship? I need to know.
Look, guys, you want to test a woman to see what kind of woman you are dealing with? Just tell her that you are not okay, that you are totally against girls' night out, and sit back and look at her reaction. That should tell you just about everything you need to know about that woman, because there's always alcohol involved. And when alcohol gets involved in those night outs, women do things and they ended up blaming the alcohol or ended up blaming their friend. They're never accountable. Also, pay attention to whom your girl hangs out with, because her friends were going to have a big influence on her and in your relationship.
You guys, I have officially given up on relationships. Ever since I got sober 5 months ago. What? I said to myself, Katie, you are going to be not so sober, of course sober, but I'm not going to be in a relationship for 2 years. And that's coming from someone that is a serial dater, okay? I haven't been single since I was like a teenager, all right? So that's a pretty big deal. But you know, within these 5 months, I've been thinking, and I'm thinking that if I get back in the game, it's gonna be dating an older man. Because these older men out here, man, they know how to hold a conversation. Some are a little creepy. If you know, some, I don't want too old. But I'm talking 56. I mean, I'm 35, baby. Let's talk. They're more stable. They're a little bit more cultured. They're a little bit more worldly. They got wisdom, baby. Tell me all your wisdom. I need some, you got a house. You got it's already paid for. You got a car, it's already paid for. You all set, baby. Now all you need is love and me. Let's start dating these older men, y'all. These new men out here, they be weird. They weird. These old classics, the OGs out there, let's start dating them.
All right, guys. Well, let me tell you something. I have a bias here. I married a Southern girl, so I have an inclination towards, or favoritism towards, Southern girls. That's just me. I tell my son the same thing, who's 21. If you are going to marry someone, if you don't want to go someplace else outside U.S. to go find a girl, I will say go to a rural town somewhere in one of the southern states and find yourself a good Southern girl. For the simple fact that a lot of the Southern girls who live in the big cities are being contaminated and ruined by feminism. It is a sad thing, in my opinion, but I still think that there's some good, wholesome Southern girls in the very rural towns in many of the southern states. You just have to be willing to travel that far deep into the woods to find such a woman. I just have this thing for Southern women. That's just the way it is. And I married for 23 years, and happily married, by the way. So, it is a sad thing to see most of our Southern girls being ruined, but I still think that there are some good ones. But you just gotta go deep into the woods to find such a woman. That's just my opinion.
Men who are single that want to date, introduce yourself to us in the grocery store. If you want farm girls, I'm at Tractor Supply 3-4 days a week. Come talk to us in the wild.
Listen, I'm gonna cut to the chase. Me, you, dinner.
Nobody likes these dating apps. They're so cringy and so embarrassing. And anytime I've dated somebody on a dating app and somebody said, how did you meet? There's always that on a dating app. I hate it. And I know everybody else hates it too, because it makes you feel like pathetic, like we can't find somebody in real life. But if you're normal and you're a homebody and you're over 40, I don't like to leave my house. I'm at Target. I'm at home in the backyard with my animals or gardening. I'm at Tractor Supply. And yeah, talk to us in the wild. We're there, and we'll probably talk back.
But only if you are attractive. She forgot to mention that. But if you're not, please go away.
Men, I am begging you. Please don't approach women in grocery stores. Just don't do it. We don't want your commentary on what's in our carts. When I'm running an errand, I do not want to be approached by any person. I just want to live my life. That's all.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
I don't even have words, but the audacity of some of these men when you're dating, right? Dating in my 50 series here.
Oh, hell no!
The audacity of some men wanting to be chaste is ridiculous, stupefying. Just Jesus Christ. And mind you, some of these men are around my age, right? And they want to be chaste. Like, to say something like, you can call me if you want. Like, motherfucker, the fuck you think you are? Like, but it's just, wow. Like, wow. So the guy that I gave my phone to, texted me, and then texted me again this morning and said, on blah, 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 I met you on blah, blah, blah. And, kind of started a conversation. I was like, okay, I'll answer. And at the end of the day, he said something about, you can call me if you want. It's like, the fuck? Maybe I'm over exaggerating because I am old school.
Stop the cap.
Well, if you were old school, as you say that you are, you would have stayed married. That's my understanding of being old school, being traditional, right? You stay with your husband till death you depart, right? But apparently she's not old school.
Like, I come from the mentality, old school mentality, that I've shown you interest, I've replied. Now it's up to you to do what a man should do, right? And take the initiative, make the call. It's just wow. But for those of you that saw my videos yesterday and were interested in what's going to happen, is she going to answer or not answer? Yeah, I answered, and this is what happened. So now I'll probably just block and move on, but it's disappointing. It's disappointing, actually. But like, why do men want to be chased? Like, yeah, I get you want to, the guy wants to feel like, I'm interested and everything. But if I'm already showing you interest, why would you want to continue to be chased like that? Wouldn't you want to be the man? I don't know. What do you think?
Well, gentlemen, if you happen to run into a woman that says that she is traditional and old school, like this woman in her 50s, if you're dating that woman, just give that date some time, and then you'll see that what she says that she is will totally contradict her actions. You cannot take what women say on face value. Just like the first woman saying she's actually thinking about lying to men, starting a relationship based on a lie. Go figure that out.
That just makes no fucking sense. I mean, it's just bullshit.
Well, it's all good until we get to a certain age and stage when all you crave is a man and a child. You'll get to a certain age when no one cares about what you do for a living.
All right, ladies, let me repeat what this woman just said a little bit slower for those of you. There's going to come a time in your life, probably when you get a little bit older, that no one is going to give a damn about what you did for a living, what career you chose to do.
If you're going to be a boss, absolutely do it, absolutely. But at the expense of your legacy, don't do it like that. And men are part of your legacy.
I like this one.
You need them to create a lifeline. So you can get into that boss zone while still being completely dependent. When I see somebody totally in boss zone and doesn't need any man, that to me, hyper-independence is trauma response.
Yeah.
In this day and age, codependency is seen as an ugly word, but it's a biological need.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to be codependent. You take a baby, as soon as it's born, if it's not codependent, it dies.
Yeah.
You have to be, it's a need. Only through codependency do you become more independent.
Yeah.
But if you become hyper-independent, you've learned nobody is worth depending on, and now I have to fend for myself.
Agreed.
And men and women, by the way.
All right, ladies, let me give you some tips here to conclude this video. Even though this is a men's channel, but from time to time, I give women some tips, something that might help them in their relationship. So to those of you who are 18, 19-year-old girls, 20, 21, let me tell you something. You can definitely pursue family and then later career. My wife and I have been married for 23 years, as I have said it before. I have a 21-year-old son, 19-year-old girl, 15 and 11-year-old son. When we first got married, we were both going to school. But then she wanted to have kids. So she got out of school and pursued motherhood. After having the 4 kids, she decided she wanted to go to medical school. Now she's a family medicine physician. And I can tell you that my wife loved those kids. She loves being a mother. She likes her career, but she loves being a mother more than that career. My wife works because she wants to work, not because she has to. But she waited until the kids were in school to go back to work. You, with all of your career, with all of your boss mentality, with all of your income, will not mean a damn to the man you want to marry. because you will pursue a man who is equally financially as you. So you can definitely pursue a family first and a career later. Do not buy into the idea that you can pursue the career now and then family later, because later you are not going to be able to have kids. And if you are going to have kids, you might have it at a risk and complications, and maybe not healthy kids. And to those of you men who one day want to pursue family and want to get married, you have to look and search for women who prefer and who really want motherhood above career. Yes, career is important to pursue, but not, as the woman said, at the expense of family. So you cannot rush into a relationship. Just because they tell you they are traditional does not mean that they are. Just because they tell you they are feminine doesn't mean that they are. You have to take your time and vet the woman properly. You also have to vet her friends. Take care of yourselves again. Watch your six at all times. Until I see you next time.